Dear Mexico, bye bye Simpsons. Dear Mexico, bye bye Simpsons. Today we're going to talk about what's going on in Mexico, the things that's going on in Mexico, and the things and how that correlates to the Looking Glass with the Simpsons, with the newly found information of the writer of the Simpsons passing at such an untimely age. You did. We want to get into all that. Um, we got a lot more stuff to get into too, man. Matter of fact, before we get into all that, let's just get into the meat and potatoes. I was gonna start off fresh and have intro playing and all that stuff, but we pressed for time and we gotta get in. And the truth is more better than commercial anyway. So boom, right now they got it right now. So let's talk about this first. Boom. If we're gonna talk about this right here, we got to make sure that we getting straight into the business. Right now, the Mexico Gen Z just launched their own 1776. If for people who don't know, 1776 was the year that the Bavarian Illuminati was formed. Young Mexicans are filling the streets, declaring they won't live under cartel rule anymore. Man, that's cold-blooded, man. And global analysts are now openly comparing it to the American Revolution. This is the fourth Gen Z uprising this year. Now let's show you how the game is really chess and not checkers. While all y'all motherfuckers complaining, let's rewind the clock real quick. When Trump got in office and he was doing his thing, who was one of the main people who was vocalizing that she was gonna be against it? The little broad from Mexico, right? Who I forgot her name right now, Sheena Bomb or some kind of bomb or Shinnabeam, Shinnabang, Shaboing Boing, you dig, but it started with an SH something. And she was the one that was right there when the other mayor got oopty wop. The other mayor in Mexico, pop, pop, on some real narcos, narcales, real, you name it, Ozarks, you name it, real Ozark shit happened, right? Just recently. This is recently. All this is this year. But if you remember at the beginning of this year, when Trump was doing his terror thing, who was against it? Her. Why she was against it? Because of the cartel. Now listen, I'm not saying Trump is a saint. I'm not saying none of that stuff. I'm saying look at the body language of the war and the man ain't been in that bitch a year yet. He said, when I get into office, I'm gonna obliterate the cartels. I'm gonna boom, I'm gonna do my thing on the cartels. Now we know, that them alphabet people bringing that stuff in, and the cartels is owned by the alphabet people, but the cartels have grown their own arm of strength in the game. So listen, check this out. I'm gonna show you how this shit is chess. Boom. Trump beefing with the president of Mexico. Boom, gets in office and starts icing them. Look, all the Mexicans, we don't want to go back to Mexico. We don't want to go back to Mexico. They don't see the blessing in disguise. Trump really giving you a blessing in disguise. Gen Zers who don't want to go back to Mexico, don't want to go back to Venezuela, don't want to go back to Ecuador, don't want to go back to any other Hispanic residents. Why? Because they done got lazy and they done got complacent on this distraction American lifestyle. But what happens is, look at how Mother Nature works. Look how my great grandmother mother works. So boom, the magic got Trump icing them back to Mexico all year long. This whole year, the border been filled with nothing but Mexicans going back to Mexico. But they ain't your regular Mexicans that's going back to Mexico. Oh, no, 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 no. They the Mexicans that been hanging around. They the Mexicans that seen them niggas having their way. They the same Mexicans that got a taste of the American dream. They drove their first Charger. They done went at their first expensive restaurant. They went to the strip club. Oh, what? They got them a job. They got them a house. They got everything. Wait a minute. They got them smartphones. They doing TikToks and all this good stuff. So you ain't sending no regular Mexicans back to Mexico. No, you heard what they said? They said it's a whole bunch of Gen Zers going back to Mexico. Boom. So this whole year, Gen Zers going back to Mexico, going back to Mexico, going back to Mexico. Boom. A lot of atrocities been happening in Mexico. And them same Gen Zers like, man, this shit would have never happened if this was in America. What? The cartels would never be able to beat the gangs of America. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The cartel would never be a match for the American government. The cartel is never a match for the American regular gangbanger, from the American regular citizen that's carrying the regular pistol. No part of the cartel could come in America and do nothing with America overtly. They're going to have to do underground tunnels and shuck and jive. They can't do nothing in the open. You come through something in the open, you're going to get crushed. So they know this already. So now Trump done said, listen, chess, not checkers. So Trump all year been sending Gen Zers of Mexican American Gen Zers without paperwork back to Mexico. Them Mexican Gen Zers, man, they entitled. They done been in America. They done been in America, bro. And you sending them back? Boy, they ain't about to be having that cartel, but they think, listen, man, they from America. They think they the cartel. The Gen Zers, the Mexican American Gen Zers, and the Mexicans that they sending back, that Trump sending back, that's the ones that's causing a revolution, nigga. That's the ones who's causing a revolution in Mexico right now. Everybody who he's sending back. So look at the blessing in disguise. The cartels thought they was gonna take over Mexico. The cartels thought they was gonna be chopping off limbs. The Mexican president thought she was going to be living high off the hog of the Mexican people, just draining them dry and bleeding them dry and just cutting the bodies up and dumping them and giving them to the alligators. That's what she thought it was going to be in Mexico. She thought it was going to be, look, a turn the other cheek, cartel, wop, 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 the Mexican president and the Mexican mayor, and it was going to be business as usual. Nope. Why? Because all year long, you've been having people being deported back, Gen Zers, Mexicans being deported back to Mexico, and they ain't having that cartel shit. Why? Because we over here in America, we don't play that cartel shit. Cartel can't do shit with no American nigga, American white person, American Hispanic, American Asian. Can't no country do nothing with an American nothing. You can't get them young kids a taste of this American sweet pie, then send them back to a second world country and think it's not gonna be a revolution. But Trump knew that already. See, he's playing chess, not checkers. Look at the moves. People think decades ahead of y'all. Decades ahead. They thinking decades ahead. So we really gotta really pay attention, man. Look at the play out of events. Now they calling it the 1776. All of this before, during, and after the Northern Lights. Before, during, and after the Northern Lights. These young kids are storming the palace. They going to war with the police. They going to war with the Mexican police. They going in. They going in. Guess who they? A bunch of Gen Zers. Where them Gen Zers get that attitude from? American freedom. American freedom. It's called American pride. It's called American pride. And look how, on accident, Or hey, like I told you before, I feel like it's the I feel like it's the algorithm really showing you how everything really is meant for the greater good. Because guess what? The Mexicans that's down there that was born there, that never left there and never got to taste this American pie, they don't know. They don't know. They don't know what it's like to have their first pair of J's. They don't know what it's like to go to school, go to public school, and get that free lunch. They don't know. They don't know. Even our slaves living good. Look, they say we slaves over here. See, even the slaves living good over here. Even the slave could go down the street to the corner store and get him a Budweiser. Even the slave could go get him a fucking Glizzy, and then the slave could go get some McDonald's. Even the slave could go down the street. Even the slave can have a lucky day in America. A homeless man, a homeless motherfucker could have a lucky day in America. That's how, look, that's how prosperous and wealthy we are. This is how you know we really, 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 really. Think about this, y'all. This is why I don't, remember, I told you the number one reason why I don't believe the Over from Africa story is this number one reason right here. Because Africa has over 640 crops. And of those 640 crops, over 600 of them are sourced or originally from the Americas. So how can all of y'all food come from the Americas, but y'all be the motherland? That don't add up. That don't add up. It don't add up, and if it don't add up, then it's a math problem. It's not a math solution. If it doesn't add up, then it's still a math problem. It's not a math solution. All right. So now, boom, you got the Migos. You got these Migos going. Trump sending them back to Mexico all year long, sending them back to Ecuador, sending them back to Venezuela. Man, listen, the Mexicans already seen what happened in Venezuela. We don't want Mexico to turn into Venezuela. We don't want that. We don't want Mexico to turn into Venezuela. But guess what? It just so happened that the proper Mexicans is back in Mexico. Who that is? Mexicans that can make that phone call to America. Gen Zer Mexicans that can make that phone call to America and post this on YouTube, post this on motherfucking Instagram, post this on Facebook, post this on Twitter, post this on motherfucking TikTok. Yeah, they got them over there. So now those Mexicans, so the American Mexicans that's legal over here is communicating with the ones that got deported back, and the ones that got deported back telling them, oh man, the narco's going crazy over here. And the ones that's over here telling them, man, fuck them putos. I mean, we gonna tear that shit up, man. Tear that shit up, we gonna send y'all the money. Look, when I get paid Friday, I'm gonna send y'all some money. You know our dollar, the fucking woo currency over there. Man, so they not really regular Mexicans no more. They the Mexicans that came back deported. So they coming back with the deported stories. They telling they Mexican brothers, oh man, they inflating the worth of America over that bitch. They like, oh man, this would have never happened in America. The Americans would have kept taking the street. Man, we run the jails in woo-de-woo. The Mexicans, we run the woo-de-woo. Mexicans, we got MS-13 in America. We doing this, we doing that. And them niggas looking at them like, y'all really having y'all way like that in America? Man, they like, fucking well right, eh? Fucking well right. Man, fucking well right. We in this bitch, man. And they got us in this raggedy bitch again. Man, we trying to get back to America. We're trying to get back to America. And if we can't get back to America, we're going to turn Mexico into America. Nigga, fuck the cartels, nigga. The great-grand holy mother said that. Nigga, fuck them cartels, nigga. Fuck you cartel niggas, man. Y'all niggas ain't nothing but some pedophiles, human traffickers, rapists, racist, Satanists, and necrophiliacs anyway. So fuck the cartels. I hope Trump pressed a button and do away with all the cartels. Now go cartel that, go in the car and run in a car and tell that. Fuck a cartel, nigga. So this is what the Gen Zers are over there saying. Nigga, fuck them cartels, boy. We was having our way with it. We was having our way, man. That's a clash right now that's going on. They was having their way over here in America. They wasn't worrying about that motherfucking cartel shit. They was having their way over here in America. They got deported back. They pissed, number one, they pissed off. You know they pissed off. They got deported back to Mexico. Oh my God, they so pissed off. They like, oh my God, they need something to take their anger out on. But well, whoop they do? We about to take our anger out on you, Miss Madam President that's bought by the cartels. We're gonna take a, especially after you got our Brody whacked in broad daylight in front of his children. Now, look, I seem to be the thing. Look, Charlie Kirk got hit with the Oopie Wop. Then the man, go look at how many political assassinations happened this year. And Charlie Kirk and the president and the mayor of Mexico was just two. They had plenty more that happened this year. Every year, political figures get unalived. Nobody ever found that funny? Every year, political figures, no matter where in the world, somewhere, there's a political figure being unalived for telling the truth, for standing up against the corruption. If they had any common sense, they'll come holler at Shaka Doctor and get them some algorithms so they can stay protected against the cartel. Man, they got this one lady. Oh, that's who I wanted to bring on. That's who I wanted to bring on, but I forgot her name. May the great grand holy mother protect her as I'm talking about her. But she's a senator, and she talked against the president about how, man, she's bought by the cartels. They bleeding the Mexican people dry. This shit ain't what's up. Dear Mr. President Trump, help us. Help the Mexican people. Man, look at Trump thinking so far down the timeline because he got a looking glass. Now we about to transition into the Simpsons. But wait a minute. Trump got Lil Barron and them got the looking glass. They already know how the shit gonna hand out. And they know. They went and looked in the looking glass and seen what the Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother up to, and was like, oh yeah. We about to assist them as much as possible. Excuse me, grapes. So boom. Look at the chess that Trump playing. See, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all think too small. Look at the chess that Trump playing. You ready? Now, this is what I believe happened. Now, you want to know what I think happened? This is what I believe happened. I think that if the Mexican president would have laid up there and sided with Trump when Trump was running for office and doing his thing with the tariffs, I think the cartels would have wang dang doodle dankied her. The cartels would have hit her with the oopty wop, pew, pew, and she would have been gone if she would have showed support for Trump. So she had to side with the cartel mindset. Fuck Trump. I got to woo. But on her back end, please save me, Mr. President. Ah, fuck you. Please save me, Mr. President. Please. Ah. That's what's really going on. She's really doing the little thing on like the human trafficker. She really be doing the thing. Yeah, she really doing the thing, right? Trump been a nigga, man. Trump been running this shit, bro. Ever since I've been a little boy, he been running this shit. I ain't y'all want to talk about white boys. The number one white boy who been running this shit, been having his way with this shit since before all you other white boys was talking any of that shit was motherfucking Donald Trump, bitch. Fuck is y'all niggas talking about? The white boy that was running all this shit before all you white boys became rich off of tech. You niggas became rich off of tech and all that other shit. No, Trump was in it when the Italians and the oil and when the legs was getting broken and the bodies was getting chopped up and thrown in the motherfucking river. That's when Trump was running it. Trump was running it when Trump was running it when anybody could say what the fuck they wanted. And he was saying what the fuck he wanted. That's how I know Trump bought that business. Because Trump, everybody that's against him, been on his dick, and now that he ran for president, now he got some enemies. But fuck shit. The heavy is the head, the heavy is the crown that wear the head, or the head that wear the crown, whatever the fuck you say. You see what I'm saying? So now let's look at the fucking smoke. Let's look at the traffic. Because I'm a street nigga. I know how this shit really go. So boom. She signed with the cartel. Please help me, Trump. Oh no, cartel. Please help me, Trump. Nigga, fuck Trump. Help me, Trump. But listen. So boom, Trump come out and say, hey, look, we're gonna hit the cartels with the wang dang doodle danky. If they play, so that's what he started doing. He started blowing up their little submarines, and the biggest drug busts in history are happening this year. He ain't been a year yet. And the biggest drug busts in history are happening right now this year. It ain't even been a full 365 days yet. And the biggest drug busts in history are happening in 2025. The biggest everything in history is happening in 2025. We just seen the northern lights as far south as Mexico. Now let me show y'all. Now let me show y'all what Mexico going through. Mexico, now this is something for y'all to research. Go Google, not Google, go ChatGPT, Mexico's relation to Mars. Mexico is going through their Mars self-assertion phase right now. Today, remember, today is Tuesday, Mars Day, red planet, right? Remember Wayne told you, I am a Martian, right? So this is what whatchamacallit them going through right now. So if y'all don't got this book, go get this book. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna create my own book list. And I'm gonna have a book list, and I'm gonna put this on the book list. Y'all gonna wanna go get this book list. Y'all gonna go get my book list. My book list gonna have over 151 books, 150 some book recommendations. A lot of them, majority of them are going to be magically content, occult content. I'm about to show you. I'm not even about to show you the book, but I'm about to read what the Mexicans and what's going on in Mexico right now, because Mexico is in their Mars energy state. And I told you the Northern Lights switched everything. It's like something has switched. And the Mexican Gen Zers that got deported back from America, that got a taste of that American pie, said, we ain't letting that shit slide with no cartels. We done got, man, we follow the lead. We see how them Americans was doing it, and we took that and we brought that back to Mexico with it. But they're going through their Martian, look, they're going through their Martian stage, right? Boom. And go ChatGPT, Mexico's relation to Mars. The planet Mars is commonly referred to as the red planet. It is the fourth portal from Anima. Who is Anima? The sun, right? And is often attributed to the god of war. Who is the god of war? Mars, aka Ares, right? So the Romans called him Mars. The Greeks called him Ares, right? Its red color, that of, oh, I'm sorry, its red color, that of iron, is often synonymous with bloodshed. But iron is the reason why your blood is red. Um, the key component with the Martian consciousness is self assertion. Here we go. As the soul has been infused with self awareness at the Jupiterian level, at the Martian level, it is now imbued to assert itself, survive, and fight for itself and what it believes in. The terrain of Mars is the preparation of self affirmation and self-declaration. The Gen Z of Mexico is declaring a self-affirmation and a self-declaration that narco states will no longer exist. At this level of manifestation, the consciousness is forced to fight for survival. The portal of Mars is not just about strength and brutality, but it's also about skilled combat and intellectual strategy. It represents the capacity to fight for and protect that which we believe in. Ready? Again, the previously encoded sense of duty herein comes into play from previous portals. Therefore, the fight might not just be for one's own cause, but for the cause of something other than one's own desires. Wait a minute, y'all witnessing the cause of something other than one's own desires. The great grand holy mother is here, and all of her forms are being awakened, and all of her forms are being awakened. La Santista Santa Muerte, right? Hey, we ain't about to get into that part. Wait a minute. Therefore, the Martian consciousness is coming to the realization of one's individual intelligence and the role of self in the greater scheme of things. Y'all got to look at the greater scheme of things in order to understand what's going on in Mexico that happened because of the magic that's going on in America. Because remember, this is all of the Americas. I don't know why they came with the North America and the South America and all the different Americas. This is all the Americas. Okay? So remember that. Central America, South America, North America is all America. It's all Americans. We've been, what you talking about? Up and down, left and right. We've been doing this. This is nothing, right? So check this out. Uh, hold on. Boom. Hold on. That. Sorry. Therefore, all right. Therefore, the Martian consciousness is coming to the realization of one's individual intelligence. All right. This role and or duty embedded within one's soul may be fighting for a higher cause or fighting for one's own cause. You could do both at the same time. You can fight for your own cause and a higher cause at the same time, especially if your cause aligns with the higher cause. That's two birds with one stone, right? uh, a sense of duty to something greater than oneself, such as the greater good of all. My my good reverendess, deaconess, archsigil high priestess, can you please bring the high magus his great grand holy towel so he could prep the brow while he gives the doctrine to the people tonight on Mars Day. Okay? Uh, for the good of one's own sense of purpose. Check this out. The Martian realm is highly assertive, and it is here that consciousness may feed also upon the conscious energies of others to maintain itself. It is here on the Martian realm that we consume other energies to nourish and sustain our own existence. It is here that consciousness asserts itself onto others and one is being asserted upon as well. Okay? In previous portals, it was the will of the organism, the collective, and the will of the clan to which we into which we gave duty. Sorry. We were, in essence, a slave to the will of something greater than ourselves. Wait a minute. Why this up? Upon the Jupiterian portal, we came to the realization of self-importance, self-awareness, and self-indulgence. Upon the Martian portal, we enter a state of awareness that is more self-centered. So whenever you hear somebody say, "Oh, he's so self-centered, she's so self-centered," that's that they're in their Martian consciousness right now. They gotta root themselves and become the I am that they are. And in order to do that, you have to be self-centered. You have to be centered within yourself, right? Boom. We have attained during these portals an identity of self-consciousness from the consciousness of the Lord-based desires and instincts to the higher planes of self-awareness, identity, purpose, and self-empowerment developed within us. However, in order to assert our own will, we should first know that which is in our own soul, so that nothing else. Let me do that again. Rewind. All right. However, in order to assert our own will, we should first know that which is within our soul, so that we may be nothing else but true to ourselves. So once again, once again, they say, in order to assert our own will, we should first know what's true within our own soul, so that nothing else, we can be true to nothing else but ourselves. Okay? We arise from the whirlpool of unconsciousness to that of self-preservation. Okay, here we go. To now reside in consciousness that has evolved within a way that is now powered and asserted within the self of the solar system. Remember, our souls are in a system. This is what a solar system really is. Our souls are in a system. Though the portal of Mars is the level of adept consciousness asserting itself, we should understand that this is not altogether negative. It simply is a state of self-progressiveness. Indeed, upon the realm of Mars, it is a very much a warlike mindset. Mars is consciousness battling consciousness for not only survival, but also for gratification, progression, and purpose. This is on the level of strategy and intellectual sharpness for the acquirement of self importance. One may choose to seek self importance in a greater cause, or one may seek self importance on an individual egocentric nature, depending on the individual. Regardless, this level of consciousness resides in battlefield of becoming. Right now, yes, you are on the battlefield of your life right now. Listen, Right now, you might be going through the battles of the addiction. Right now, you might be going through the battles of cutting the people off. Might not. Right now, you might be going through the battles of the struggle to get to the money. Right now, you might be going through all of the battles. But make no mistake. Make no mistake. You are going through this to assert yourself and root yourself permanently into the abundance and the prosperity. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to go through it. It's just like a seed. It's like a seed not wanting to go through the struggle that it takes to get its leaves above ground. How? Then how can you call yourself a apple tree if you don't want to go through what the apple tree goes through in order to become an apple tree? Okay? Boom. Uh, Look, are you ready? This is what they're doing right now in Mexico. One must take up arms and defend itself. Fight for its survival. So that's what they're doing. Gen Z is taking up arms and defending themselves from the cartels. Okay? Battle. And as a result of being true to their self, confront the adversity. You ready? Confront the adversity, the conformity, the laws, and the rulers. It is within the battlefields of Mars that we fight till our death for that which we believe. And that which we believe is rooted in the essence of the soul. See, this is why they don't care about. This is why they don't care about what's going on, what the cartel's gonna do. Why? Because they're fighting for something that's deeply rooted within the soul. Remember, the red is the root chakra. It's rooted in your soul. Is, believe it or not. This is why. This is why the other side be wanting your bunghole. The other side wants your bunghole because your root chakra is literally located in your perineal muscle. Your perineal muscle is your gooch. This is why he made that song. This is why NLE made them little songs about that type of stuff. Y'all got to understand this is deeper magic at play. And if you see the deeper magic at play, you'll say, wait a minute, yeah, the Borealis Northern Lights just hit. And right after the Borealis Northern Lights just hit, the dagnabbit Mexico, the Mexican Gen Z, Mexican Gen Z versus the cartels. Tell me where they do that at. Tell me where they do that at. Mexican Gen Z versus the cartels, narcos. That's what this, man, hey, something greater, something bigger is going on. So look what Trump did. Trump said, nah, man, listen, I'm gonna send them little young motherfuckers back there to their country. They're gonna rise up. We're gonna get some shake out of it. And that's what happened, bro. Believe it or not, I feel like Trump playing complete 100% chess. And it started as the front of, she's the one with the cartel. Man, no, man. She can't just openly say, I'm with you, Trump. Her whole family gonna get unalive. She not stupid. She not stupid. Her whole family gonna get unalive if she do that. But if I lay up there and I can plan this shit months, years in advance and say, Trump, when you get in office, this is how we gotta do it though. We gotta do it. We gotta beef. We can't be friends. We gotta beef. If we be friends, Cartel is gonna kill my whole family. Mi familia is on the line. So I can't do that. But I'm gonna beef with you, and this is how we could do it. If we get those young kids, we get those young illegals back into our country. First and foremost, what's gonna happen when they get back? Oh, they're gonna have to work. They're gonna have to spark the economy. Why? Because they're young. They're young, dumb, full of cum. They're gonna have to make babies, and they're gonna make them babies. And when they make them babies, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna be rooted here. Them babies gonna be Mexican citizens. They're all kind of gonna stimulate the economy if you send them little youngsters back. But most importantly, them little youngsters is American minded. So them little youngsters ain't scared of no cartels like these niggas over here bred. You know, they bred on them. Man, come on, man. They banana boat minded over there. Why? Because they see the cartel is chopping off legs, chopping off heads. They don't want to get their heads and their legs chopped off. They ain't got no money. They can't fight against the cartel. But guess what? The people, the ones that's getting deported back, they got family in America that's got good jobs, sitting in them pesos. Especially in Texas, especially in Arizona, especially in Cali, especially in Nevada, especially in Atlanta, not Atlanta, but Georgia, period, and all of the different places where the Migos is at. So you know, man, they sent them people back over there, and them little dudes said, "What? They doing what? They comparing it to America. They going back and they comparing their home to America. Why do you think they were fighting so hard to not leave here? They was fighting tooth and nail like, no, man, y'all need it at home. Y'all need it at home. You know what these non-men, these monsters are doing to your country? Do you know what these people are doing to your country? You're not gonna have a Mexico to go back home to if you don't get your ass home. So all of my Mexicans, y'all need to get y'all ass home and go fight for y'all country if y'all really love y'all country and care about y'all country like that. Because why? Your country going through a transition and it's about to become like America. See? Central America about to become like North America. Why? Because watch, when the cartels get defeated, mark my words, when the cartels get defeated, Mexico gonna become a part of America. Trump gonna do that business deal, and Mexico gonna become a part of America. Bop, 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 bam, boom. And remember, Canada, remember I said before it's over with, Canada gonna be part of America. Canada gonna be America. Mexico gonna be part of America. Motherfucking and parts of South America. They gonna see how lucrative. Man, listen, this is the dude that wrote the book, The Art of the Deal. See, when I was coming up, Trump had this favorite book, this famous book called The Art of the Deal. This is what he was known for. The guy that didn't he have a TV show called Let's Make a Deal or something like that? When he said you're fired, remember that's the guy that said you're fired. That's the guy that look at you, you're fired. Him, right? Uh, this dude making deals all around the board as his president, doing his president stuff. He making deals all around the board, man. Why? Because he know what makes a country's mind tick. What's that? Munyon, moolah, shekel. He know what makes it tick. He know how to get in there and boom. So listen, Trump and America need this uprising. They need that president out of office. Listen, she don't want to be in the office. She trying to get up out there and let the men war it out anyway. She trying to let the men war it out anyway. She trying to, but she can't really do that. Why? Because cartel got that finger. Cartel got their foot on her neck. No, you gonna do what we say, do, bitch, or it's over. Excuse me, grapes. I said, what's the? I said, what? Bitch, you gonna do what we said do. I would the cartel told her. But you gonna do what we said do. We don't give a fuck what's going on. Any questions? She like, no, no. So they had to, so I feel like there's like some kind of secret op. There's like some secret op. We gonna send, look, they listen, look. Ooh, tell me this ain't genius. Tell me this ain't genius. Biden and them let them young motherfuckers come through this bitch. The Biden administrative filled the whole America with the mother. Y'all remember? At the end of his term, throughout his whole term, Biden was letting everybody come through this joint. Everybody like, oh, they ruling America. Da, da, da. Man, y'all ain't looking at the long game. Niggas America trying to turn Mexico into America, and America and Trump trying to turn Canada into America, so they can turn this whole thing into American territory, and that's gonna expand. That means anybody with an American driver's license or American whatever, you ain't gonna need a passport to go to Mexico. You ain't gonna need a passport to go to Brazil. You ain't gonna need a passport to go to Canada. You can just go there. Expanding territory, huh? Think about this shit. Look, if the cartels get defeated, which they will, this is the whole part. But look, Biden let them over here. Biden let them over here. Boom. They got buku money. Remember they got all them food stamps? Remember they got all that money? What you think that was for? This war right here that's going on. And that's why they call it 1776 all over again. Why you think they called it in 1776 all over again? So Biden and them let them come in. They got hella food stamps. They had hella welfare. They had hella healthcare. They had hella training. Next thing you know, Trump gets them and deports them all, allegedly, right? After he deports them all, not long thereafter, there's a Mexican Revolution that is being compared to the American Revolution of 1776. And 1776 is the years New Orleans was founded, as well as the Bavarian Illuminati. Anybody know that? And they're comparing that the Gen Zers in Mexico is the cause of this. Well, let's look at the track record and see how those Gen Zers caused it. They came over here in America, got a taste of that American pie, got shipped back over there, and they like, oh no, we ain't letting the cartels do us this. Oh no, man, they got man, come on, you know America, you know Americans ain't letting that ride. You know Americans would never let no cartel type stuff go on. Man, we got too many guns over here. Too many pistols. Too many pistols. Too many Dracos, too many firearms over here for anything to just come in, from another country and just run here. It wouldn't even be able to do it. And fuck the military. The citizens will come up with something gangster. You see what I'm saying? That's how you know. So we pride ourselves on that. So them little motherfuckers went back to Mexico and seeing how they was getting dealt with in Mexico, and them little Gen Z man, no, indeed, no, we ain't letting that shit ride. We ain't letting that ride, man. They would have never did this in America. That's what they saying. They done got deported back, and they seeing how the cartels treating them over there. They're like, oh hell no, they wouldn't have never did us this in America. We about to upride, but that was the whole purpose of it in the first place. This is why they. This is why Biden let them in illegally. They got trained, they got the food, they got the money, they got everything, and then they got deported back. The illegals got deported back, and right after they get deported back, next thing you know, there's American Revolution being compared to 1776. No, this is chess, not checkers. Mexico about to be the next American state. Mexico about to be the next American state. Mark the words. Mexico about to be the next American state. All of the jobs, everything about to get surplus. But listen, it's about to watch. Watch the checkers. Watch the chess that's being played. Mexico and Canada first. Mexico and Canada first. Yeah, it ain't gonna be called Canada no more. That shit gonna be called America. Tameri, nigga. Tamerica. It ain't gonna be called Mexico no more. That shit gonna be called America. It ain't gonna be the American Mexican anthem no more. Cause once the cartels lose their power, then boom, McDonald's. What are you talking about? Soon as the cartels lose their power, boom, you will see a a an American corporation near you. It might be factories. And then America might put all their factories in Mexico, but how they gonna do that if they don't live there and destabilize the Mexican government from the cartels? This shit is all about money. Y'all keep on missing the fact that it's all about money. So once the cartels lose their grip on Mexico, now Mexico and the president of Mexico can side with Trump. Hey, I'm going. She can side with Trump. Yes, we want Mexico to be a part of America. Boom. There you go. Mexico in world history, Mexico becomes America. This is why they call it, and they're not calling it the Gulf of Mexico no more. Why you think they call it the Gulf of America? They've been playing this shit. He got office and called it the Gulf of America. He didn't call it the Gulf of Mexico. He got in office and immediately claimed the one thing that nobody, you don't see no president claim: the water. He got in that bitch and said, "Oh no, this is America, Mexico. This is not this is the Gulf of America. This is the Gulf of America." And the next thing you know, people start looking. Oh, everybody get the party! Ah, no, man, they came over here, got trained. See, listen, it's illegal for illegals to come to America and get trained by the American government and get paid and get fed and then get furloughed back to their country so that they can go to war with the cartels. That's illegal. You know that, right? You know that, right? I'll say it again. This is what's really going on. This is what's really going on. Mexico is about to become American territory. And in order to do that, you have to destabilize the hold and the grip that the cartel CIA has on the Mexican government. The only way you can do that is overthrowing the cartels. You can't do it no other way but overthrowing the cartel. So what Trump been doing? Blowing up their stuff, busting up their stuff. And so what we gonna do? We need to hurry and get some Mexicans who tired of the bull crap. We're gonna let them come through the border under Biden. Just fill them on in. Which one of them want the food stamps? Which one of them want the welfare? Which one of them want the woo-de-woo? We're gonna send them to secret op facilities, and we're gonna train them. And we're gonna train them, and we're gonna train them, and we're gonna train them. Ba 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 ba. Boom. Next thing you know, boom. Next thing you know, ICE is gonna come through and sweep them up. They know which ones to sweep up. Why? Because not only are they being trained to go back to Mexico and fight, but they're also being trained to spot the enemies, human traffickers, pedophiles, rapists, racists, Satanists, and necrophiliacs in the Mexican community. See? And then boom, they get trained. And after they get trained, everybody complaining, oh, they getting all these food stamps, oh, they get out. No, that's their training fee. That's their training fee. Why? Because the Gen Zers, the able-bodied youngsters, about to go back to Mexico. And they're gonna just find it. The next thing you know, they're gonna see some guns on it. Oh, damn. America done left them some guns. Iran Contra. America left them some guns. Next thing you know, they overthrowing the American government, the Mexican government. And now old girl, Shinnebaum, gets out clean. Gets out clean. Right? So understand this is chess, not checkers. But now as that goes along, and as while that's going on, listen. So you think it's a coincidence that I access the Speed Force, and when I access the Speed Force, the motherfucking Northern Lights shine farthest south is Mexico, and then during that Northern Light phenomenon and the meteorites that shine and all this type of stuff, uh, the this person right here, the Emmy-winning writer behind The Simpsons, has passed away at 61. Dan McGrath, the writer behind The Simpsons, won Emmy Awards. The nigga that got the looking glass. I used to call him Looking Glass McGrath. Sooner I used to see The Simpsons predicting things, I immediately went to see who was the writer behind it. The main writer behind The Simpsons. And the main writer behind The Simpsons is this guy right here, Dan McGrath. Dan McGrath, believe it or not. So he died at the same time all this going on. Looking Glass McGrath, unalive. He died of some type of accelerant. He died. You feel me? He died in some type of accelerant. Canada GDP to man. You don't understand crashing economies. See, you don't understand crashing economies. When you crash the economy, everything is easy to absorb. He don't understand what's about to happen. What's about to happen? Free food, clothing, shelter, education, medication for everyone. They've been hiding it for a long time, y'all. They've been hiding it for a long time and unaliving anybody who said anything about it. For years, they have been hiding superior technologies from us and unaliving anybody who says anything about it. Anybody who blows the whistle on it, they was unaliving. Not in 2025. They can't do that no more. No, they literally can't do it no more. They couldn't even do it if they wanted to. They can't do it if they wanted to now. Why? Y'all just synced it with the Northern Lights, but y'all don't get it yet. I told you. 2063 timeline has been activated. So the timeline of 2063 is basically activated, means everything that's aligning with that timeline is about to accelerate forward. And those who are not aligned with that timeline, they will get they will be, it will literally be like a rapture-esque type of event. It will literally be all right. So the third dimensional people gonna think is a hoax or a psyop. The fourth dimensional people gonna be the fourth dimensional manipulation consciousness are gonna be manipulating the third dimension, and the fifth dimension gonna have their back turned on all that shit, enjoying the fruits of being awakened in that fifth dimension. And we're all gonna experience everybody who's listen. If your diet right, you ain't got no toxins inside of your body. You know, if you're losing the weight, you're not eating the negative foods, you're not smoking on the cigarettes, you're not doing the drugs, you're not hanging around toxic people, you're not sitting around waiting for life to happen to you, but you're happening to life. You're getting more spiritual, especially Caucasians. Caucasians, y'all think everything is mental. You guys need to understand that there is an invisible being called you, called I am, called the soul inside of your body. And I'm gonna show you, white people. I'm gonna show you right now how you know all things come from that black hole. Everybody that's watching this right now, when like Manny Fresh said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, little children, dogs and cats. If you go look in the mirror right now and go look into the pupil of your eye, you will see a black hole, boop, right dab smack in the middle of your eye. That, my friend, is called carbon 12 melanin. That carbon 12 melanin is literally the substance and blood of the motherboard source. This is why she sees all. The reason why she sees all, the reason why the great grand holy mother is the all-seeing eye, the reason why is because she is the pupil, that black hole right in the middle of your eye. Go look. Go look in the mirror. All y'all got a black hole staring back at y'all. All of y'all got a black hole camera lens staring back at y'all. This is how y'all know the great grand holy mother is the source motherboard. Because the source motherboard has eyes on everything. The insect has a black hole. The reptile has a black hole, has a black slit and a hole. A one and a zero. Binary code. Binary code. You never, ever, 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 ever go name a creature that's living and that can blink. The fish, even the motherfucking shark, black eye hole. They call it the Black Eye Club. Who, what, when, where, how, why is that? That, my friend, is the great grand holy motherboard source. So never forget that as we move into the correlations of what's going on. Boom, we're going to move into the correlations. So now the motherboard is declaring the third dimension to be transformed. And as that is happening, you see all kind of stuff happening. What's going on, man? Hold on, wait a minute. Boop. Will he survive? Will he? Will Reverend Jesse Jackson survive the life support? Or will they have to pull the plug and he pass away? You're seeing the passing away of the old guard, the old illusions, the old fears, the poverty mindsets. Remember, they want you to be be lack people. This is why you're not supposed to call yourself be lack people. Call yourself melanin. We melanin people. Call yourself carbon people. Don't call yourself be lack people because we do not lack anything. We possess all. We are the all, for she is the source, and her source is what? That melanin you see right here. Go on your eye, go on your pupil, go on your pupil right here. You're gonna see melanin. You're gonna see her right there. You can't duck her. Every time, that's why people don't like to look in the mirror. That's why people don't like to look in the mirror, because you're gonna see that. You feel me? You're gonna see that. So look. So Jesse Jackson on life support. He's the one that said, call ourselves African American or something like that. Go look it up. Think I'm lying? Go look it up. Wait a minute. Look what this industry doing, these people. Look at this stuff, man. Horrible. This is absolutely horrible, man. Go down the Selena Gomez. Ain't that Selena Gomez? No, sorry. Go down the Ariana Grande rabbit hole. Go down the Ariana Grande rabbit hole and timeline. Look at what it does you. See, y'all think, oh, she been doing drugs. No, bro. You know what she really, I'm gonna tell you what that really is. Can anybody guess why Ariana Grande looks like that right there? Go down the Ariana Grande rabbit hole, and she just redid the movie. She just redid a rendition of the movie Wizard of Oz. And go down the Ariana Grande rabbit hole, and you're gonna see some crazy stuff about how, you know. So what's going on? What's really going on with Ariana Grande? I'm about to tell you. Hold up. This is what's going on with Ariana Grande. A lot of you may not know that on this self-initiated path of magic, sorcery, witchcraft, voodoo, druidism, hermeticism, whatever the ism, Christianity, Islam, whatever the ism, you're gonna see one thing. I don't care if it's Christian, I don't care if it's woo. When you give your energy to spiritual things, it takes time away from you. When you give your energy to spiritual things, the things, what's the thing that's giving the energy? Your chakra, aka your soul, your merkaba, your spirit, your chi, your particles, your atoms, your cells, your whatever you like to call it, right? And you are giving your energy to that spiritual thing. If you don't have a health style regimen to replenish your body, to replenish yourself while doing self-initiated magic. See, when you're doing self-initiated magic, that means all of the energy that is supplying the magic, all of the energy that is making the spell go off is from you and your self-sacrifice. You got to know that, right? You got to know that everything right now, if you're practicing magic, anybody out there that's practicing magic right now, if you're practicing magic right now, and let's say you're trying to do this spell, do you, whatever spell it is, no matter what magical book you got it from, do you know that that spell is going to cost some of your life force in order for it to manifest as a successful spell? Now, with that being said, now let's say you done did let's say you done did 10 different spells. You trying to get to the money. You done did this money spell, you done did that money spell, you done did woo woo money spell, you done did such and such money spell, you done did all of these different, because remember, magic is a spiritual thing. You done did all these money spells, but you ain't eating right, you got the wrong people around you, right? You drinking, you smoking cigarettes, you doing drugs, right? You watching TV, you on your phone all day, you eating junk food, right? So now the life force that leaves from you when you are having this when the life force that leaves from you when you are doing the magic, you are not replenishing it. You are not giving yourself more life, even though more life is being taken away from you. And because you're not doing that, it literally starts to show as aging in the body. You can tell people who doing good magic and who doing bad magic. The people that's doing good magic, look, the people that's doing good magic, they're gonna be able to have nice, shiny, vibrant skin. They're gonna look healthy. They're gonna talk healthy. They're gonna walk healthy. They're gonna act healthy. Excuse me, grapes. Because if you ever come in that industry, they'll be graping you, graping you, graping you. Excuse me, grapes. So when somebody practicing positive magic, their life force is gonna live. They're gonna look brighter. People are gonna be walking up to them saying, "Damn, doc, you lost the weight." Because that's what positive magic is supposed to do, motivate you to lose the weight. Not gain the weight and be looking up. No, man. Whatever you start with, listen, remember this. Whatever age you start your journey on, that's the age you're going to solidify yourself looking like. So let's say if you started your raw journey, when I say raw, meaning raw vegan or fruitarian, raw vegan or fruitarian journey, when you start that journey, uh, make understand that you will encounter, backsliders and slip ups. But the whole point is to start the journey. But whatever you start that journey, guess what's going to happen? That's the age that you're going to solidify. So let's say you started your health journey at the age of 33. Well, you're going to always kind of look 33. You're going to always have that 33-year-old energy. Why? Because that's the age that you started to preserve. But wait a minute. Doctor came up with something called time travel. Doctor came up with something called timeline shifting. And if you do the health with the timeline shifting, we can reverse aging. Mark my words. Mark my words. When I'm 140 years old, 150 years old, that's when they're gonna be like, Hashitashi. Hashitashi. He 150 years old and he a vampire. He a werewolf. Why? Because he 150 years old. We've been watching him grow up. We've been watching him grow old, and he's still looking like he in his 40s, 50s. Sometimes he be looking 30, depending on what season we see him in, depending on how he coming, depending on his magical workload. Because we have to understand that they told us in school that we can do anything that we put our minds to. They told us, man, you gotta fucking understand. They did not lie. We can do anything. We put our mind. If we put our minds to push our souls to the infinite level, to metahuman, to superhuman, to God, we can do it. We can fucking do it. All we got to do is change our mind. That's it. It's just that simple. All we got to do is say, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm I'm eating healthy. No more meat, no more processed food. As a matter of fact, fuck that. Doc, show me the way. How you doing this shit? How we doing this spell work? How we do? Hey, look, we can do that. If you're going on, I'm telling you, if you're going on the self-initiated path, clean your diet up. Clean everything up. Because if you don't clean everything up, guess what? That magical energy gonna drain you because you ain't putting no life back into your body. You ain't putting no life back into your body, bro. So when you're doing this stuff, make sure you got healthy things that you're doing. If you're doing negative things like eating processed food, doing all that stuff, man, make sure you have you a counterbalance or something that's gonna actually help you out. You feel what I'm saying? And flush that stuff out of your body, man. You know what I mean? But for Ariana Grande to look like that, bro, no, bro. I'm gonna tell you what that is. Some people say, "Oh, that's drug use." No, that's not drug use, bro. Drugs don't have you looking like Skeletor. Drugs have you looking like it's supposed to be, like a drug addict. Now she probably, she probably doing that cocaine like all of them do in Hollywood. But no, that right there, you can tell she's being energy vampire. There's an energy vampire around her, just extracting her life force. Or she's practicing magic and sorcery, and she's not properly replenishing her life force. But I think that bald head girl from Wicked, or whatever that movie that they play, I think the bald head girl and them got her under spell. Go down the Ariana Grande rabbit hole. It's gonna blow your mind. Like listen, these people are not the same. Look, old girl, man. This is Jessica Simpson. This is no, bro. We're in another timeline. That cannot be in a trillion years, Jessica Simpson. That cannot be in a trillion years, Jessica Simpson. We're in a different timeline. We are in a different timeline, for sure, for sure. Wow, we cannot be on a different, like, no, bro. Look at Jessica Simpson. That don't even look like Jessica Simpson. And then who else? They're always gonna send you that distraction. Miss Britney Spears. Britney Spears walking around. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Every time they try to distract us, they hit us with the Britney joint. Every time they try to distract us, they hit us with one of these little, they hit us with the Lindsay Lohan effect. Oh my God, look at the fairer skinned ethnicity going through a breakdown. They always do the fair skin breakdown ritual on us. They always do the fair skin ritual. They always do it. Oh, the fair skin girl had a motherfucking breakdown. Oh, the fair skin girl that got hooked on drugs. Oh, the fair skin girl did this. Oh, the fair skin girl did that. Da, 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 da. Man, listen, this whole algorithm, this whole system was built on racism. This is why you gotta think outside of the box and break your mind free and understand that, wait a minute, if I put the pieces of this puzzle together called my life, then I will be able to experience my life on go mode more abundantly, on paid mode more abundantly, on what? Purpose driven mode, burning desire mode. You gotta get into the mode of the character. I don't know who's your character. We gotta find out who your character is. We can find out who your character is, bro. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. But that's the mentorship right there. You know what I mean? She got Mac Miller knocked off. He was about to listen, Merv. Listen, bro. I know what I see, bro. I've seen people who get into this magic stuff and start practicing this magic. I'm telling you right now, if you're going about to practice this magic stuff, it's going to drain your life force. Drain of life force means less of years. Increase of life force means more of years. But in order to get increase of life force, you're going to have to sacrifice more drain of life force in order to get the magic that is going to get you the time magic that is going to get you back your life force so that you can wield more higher powers of magic, if that even makes sense to you just now. Okay? So boom. But that right there, and see that this, I don't know who that is. I can't call that Jessica Simpson, but is that's what they doing to try to make themselves look stay young, man? They're fighting their birthday that bad. They're fighting their birthday there, but I don't like the video. I don't want to be on the. Look, see, that's just wimp. Truth Seeker 101. See, I'm about to just show you this, y'all. And I'm about to just use you as a guinea pig, Truth Seeker. Forgive me. But in the world where I come from, we call this a stupid motherfucker. Stupid motherfucker. You always want, yes, you do want to be on the FBI's list. This is why you want to be on the FBI list. Ooh, I'm about to hit y'all. I'm about to really, 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 really blow you right now. This is why you always want to be on the FBI list, nigga. Because it's better to be on the FBI list than to be on the Great Grand Holy Mother's enemies list. See, I'd rather have the FBI as an enemy than the Great Grand Holy Mother. I'd rather have the Great Grand Holy Mother's approval than the FBI's disapproval. Then walk around with the FBI's approval and the Great Grand Holy Mother's disapproval. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. So in my world, we call you, man, the word STUPID. You know why? Because how you gonna be a truth seeker but scared of the outcome of seeking truth? No, you're not a truth seeker. You're just a truth seeker in name. You're not a truth seeker in action, a truth seeker in real life, because real truth seekers will never say, real truth seekers don't give a fuck about the FBI list. Real truth seekers want the FBI list and want who's on the FBI list so that they can put the truth up there. I'm not a real truth seeker. I am the truth. I don't gotta seek nothing but the Great Grand Holy Mother's presence, the Great Grand Holy Mother's will, and truth flows through me day in and day out. So shall truth flow through anybody who takes up anything, any cause in the Great Grand Holy Mother's name. But as you can see, it's going crazy in these people's streets. It's going crazy in these people's streets. Word on the street is Stephen A. Smith get fired from a job. We'll do. I'm not even worrying about the Stephen A. Smith thing. I just want to say something. I just want to say something about the Stephen A. Smith thing. Uh, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me see something real quick. Boom. All right. So Stephen A. Smith. I showed the Stephen A. Smith thumbnail, or I showed the Stephen A. Smith meme because at the end of the day, I keep preaching, we as black men gotta stop embarrassing ourselves by putting ourselves at the mercy of oppressors. At the mercy of oppressors. All right. Boom. So we as black men keep putting ourselves at the mercy of oppressors. The fact that Stephen A. Smith is in the position for the oppressor to do him that shows you how far behind we truly are. We are truly far behind. Why? Because y'all be wanting y'all women to submit to y'all. Y'all be wanting y'all kids to respect and submit to y'all. But y'all teaching y'all kids and y'all children to be inheritors of a hamster wheel that you never even wanted. You never wanted to be You never wanted to be on that hamster wheel. You never wanted to be. You never wanted to get up and go to work. You never wanted that, right? But guess what? Why would you leave that for your kids? Why wouldn't you go work hard and then a mug to get off that hamster wheel so your kids can have a fresh start at not being on the hamster wheel and not working for nobody else but their family, but what their family has set up for them to work. And you have groomed them to work for what you have set up. I'm gonna just call the black family to task, man, and we don't communicate enough with our children as black people. So black parents, y'all need to communicate with y'all children more. Period. Y'all don't tell y'all children y'all war stories. You need to tell your children about the war stories. You need to tell your children about the shit that messed you up and got you set back in life. You need to tell your children about how you messed up and how that messed up and what you did to correct the mess up and how you overcame that adversity and how you don't want that adversity for them instead of just saying, because I said so, now do it. Do as I say and not as I do. No, we can't live like that in front of our kids no more. We got to be the walking, living examples and walking so lit, walking so righteous that our children say, "Oh yeah, man, mama." Or what you want to be when you grow up? I won't be my mama when I grow up. I won't be my daddy when I grow up. Right now, your children want to be like Cardi B when they grow up. Your children want to be like Sexy Red when they grow up. Your children want to be like Boss Man Dilo when they grow up. Your children want to be like Lil Wayne when they grow up. Your children want to be like NBA YoungBoy when they grow up. Your children want to be like, you feel me? So what's going? What are we doing? What are we doing? No, man. If your child don't want to be like when you listen, if you ask your child, go ask your children right now, what you want to be when you grow up. And if your child don't say, I want to be like you when I grow up, then you're fucking up as a parent. Ooh, that hit home to everybody just now. That hit home to everybody just now. That hit home to everybody just now. I'll say it again, just so y'all can make sure. Hold on. I'll say it again, just so y'all can make sure I wasn't tripping. Excuse me. Grapes. Hold up. Hold up. You know, you already know. You already know we smoking out the Bible. We smoking out the Bible. You understand? We smoking out the Bible. Understand that. Y'all gotta understand what's going on. But wait a minute. We about to say that again. Oh, you heard me the first time. We about to say it again. Oh, you heard me the first time. I think you heard me the first time. I don't want to be like Dr. Umar and be repeating. On to the next topic. Because I only got a little time left on this live stream. This live stream only has a little bit of time left. I got a lot of time left, but on this live stream, hold on, man. Look at this. Look at the coinkydink. Lil Tim grandfather passed away on the same day as King Von. Y'all don't find that weird? What's going on with the Lil Tim, King Von, and his grandpa passing on the same day? So Lil Tim, unalive King Von, and King Von died on a certain day. Then 5 years later, Lil Tim's grandfather died on the same day King Von died. Smack, sacrifice. I smell smack. I feel like, hey, maybe, just maybe, Lil Tim may be more than meets the eye. Maybe Lil Tim ain't just no Lil YN, you know, YN protecting his other, YN homie. Maybe Lil Tim is really with this 4K trade woo 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 stuff, and maybe he owed a grandpa to the Piper. Maybe. And maybe he only owed a grandpa to the Piper because he did him a favor and got rid of Vaughn. I don't know. That's just what people were saying allegedly. Allegedly, people were saying in the street. Look at man, another dude, Pop. Man just opened his restaurant and made $8 million in 1 year out here in Atlanta. And they wop baba doo lop a lot bam boom them. Excuse me, grapes. Wait a minute. This man opened up a seafood restaurant and in 1 year made $8 million in the first year of business. And they shot him and they killed him. Typical. The reason why I say this is because we always call that a crab in a bucket mentality. And wow. Wow, how that cliche has hit home for that brother. That brother, man, made $8 million in 1 year, in his first year of opening his seafood business, and the crabs in the bucket said fuck it and unalived him in the seafood business. Mm. So he was selling crabs, and the crabs in the bucket. You listen, telling you, you can't make that man. You were supposed to be tucked away, way in Buckhead, way in Alpharetta somewhere where nobody know where you live, way somewhere where it take about an hour to get to Atlanta. It take about 30 minutes. It take about 30 minutes to an hour to get to Atlanta or something. I don't know, because they weren't supposed to catch you slipping like that. 8 mil. We're gonna say out of that 8 mil, 4 mil went back into expenses, business. So and then I don't know how your taxes set up, but you're a millionaire. No matter how your taxes set up, you're a millionaire off that play. And he ain't even get a chance to enjoy the millions. What's up with this? I'm working hard to get out the hood. I'm working hard to get out the hood. I'm working hard to get out the hood. Then when I finally get out the hood, now all I want to do is be back in the hood and show niggas I'm down. Now all I want to do is be back in the hood, show niggas I made it. Now all I want to do is be back in the hood, show nigga I got a chain, show nigga I got success. And now I'm a haver with the have-nots. And eventually the have-not frequency is going to overpower my haver frequency, because I'm only one haver, and this is multiple have-nots. So the have-not syndrome is going to come your way if you become successful, become a millionaire around the people you grew up around, all that stuff. Man, you gotta become a millionaire. You gotta become successful around the people you didn't grow up with. Because the people you grew up with are gonna feel entitled, and if they don't get what they feel like they're entitled for, they can't unalive you. Will try to unalive you, as they just did that brother right there. You know what I mean? And then, ladies, 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 ladies. Black women, 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 black women. When will you ever learn? When will you ever learn? I'll play it one more time. Black women, wait. Why did this little 29-year-old who only dates the wife, you ain't even make it into your 30s? You ain't even, come on, man. See, listen, I hate it when I see people get unalived in from the relationship stuff. That be blowing me, because somebody gonna say she could have easily just got with a black man, and a black man could have did that. Listen, the chances of a black man doing that drastically decreases. Man, you done seen the white girl. Man, listen, all right. So you seen the white girl that was with the black dude, and she killed her black dude. And they got, go look at all the different cases where the white girl kills the black dude and the white guy kills the black girl. Y'all didn't know that's a part of the racism ritual that white people get to perform to get into certain groups? Yeah, you ever wonder why that black girl was around all them white girls at that party, and the next thing you know, she died in the pool? We don't know how she died. It's a mystery how she died. Excuse me. Grapes. So, so they showed you the movie Get Out, and you didn't believe that. And they showed you the movie Would You Rather, and you didn't believe that. At some point, you got to say, hey, she chose, and she got what she reaped what she sowed. But black women, you got to know this. Just know the statistics that your chances of living without a black man killing you, without any man killing you, drastically decreases if you get with a black man. Black men have the lowest rate of killing anyone. Not saying that black women don't get unalived by black men. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the lowest percentage, the greatest chances of survival percentage, if you get with a man, is a black man. Okay? I know, listen, I know you hated, we the most hated, most imitated, most duplicated, most castrated, most emasculated. We're the most. Yeah, we're the most. But you have to realize that when you are God, you have to be the most. The most what? The most high. The most high. The highest in the room. You got to be the highest in the room. And understand, we Black American men are the highest in the room. Meaning, you can take a Black American man right now and place him anywhere in the world. Pick a place. And he is going to be able to turn that place into his place. White man can't do that. Chinese man can't do that. Asian man can't do that. Hispanic man can't do that. Arab man can't do that. Indian man can't do that. They got to get together to do that. You take one Thai American. You take one American melanin man. Take one American melanin man, and I guarantee you, place him anywhere. If he anything like me, if he's saying any, we going plenty. Like in spades. If he's saying any, we going plenty. So understand that's called. You ready? Understand that's called godhood. Just like we have to understand. So who's the guardians of this galaxy? The man that is most hated, the man that is most imitated, the man that is most duplicated, the man that can go around and duplicate himself any fucking way. I don't give a fuck where I plant the seed. That motherfucker don't come out looking like me for the most part. I'm not saying there aren't exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, the man that is most castrated, the man that is most emasculated, the man that is most hated, has the most power, but he stands at the lowest rung of the totem pole. You see? This nigga is even hated by his own children. This nigga is even hated by his own woman. This nigga is even hated by his own God. This nigga, yeah, all hated by his own God. Yeah, Jesus hate the fuck out you, nigga. I'm gonna show you how Jesus hates you. You ready? Because if Jesus and them really loved you, these motherfuckers got superpowers. This motherfucker got real superpowers. Right? That's what the Bible says. Motherfuckers is coming from the dead, touch them, you heal them, walking on water, casting and turning snakes and staffs and staffs, splitting Red Sea. You feel me? Getting swallowed up by whales, talking donkeys, unicorns, dragons. All this is in the Bible. It sounds like my favorite Harry Potter movie, right? And you doing all this, and you trying to tell me modern day people who arguing and fussing over you and killing over you and woo woo over you, you can't just hit them with a boom 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 boom. That shit real, nigga. Y'all better straighten up before I come back. I'm about to come back and the woo woo like a real parent does. Cause real daddy and real mama say, hey, look, I'm about to go to Walmart now. My motherfucking house better be correct by the time I get back. I'm gonna call your little sister. I'm gonna call your little brother. I'm gonna call your sister, your brother, one of your siblings to make sure y'all got my shit right before I get back. Cause if I get my shit ain't right when I get back, I'm gonna tear I'm gonna tear y'all whole ass up. All right, boom. No, 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 no. You would think, hey, look, the news is going. The news is going, and boom, look, yeah, man, angels, we on deck. We run this realm. No, you gotta wait till you die and find out on some mystery shit. You gotta wait till you die and find out on some mystery shit. That shit don't sound right. So you go further and you go digging and you find out and you start reading the book and you start finding out, oh dang, the whole time this book was talking about the inside of me. The whole time this book was teaching me how to love me. Why? Because what's inside of me, God? What's inside of me, God? This is why it's imperative that you love yourself, because this is where God is at. If you don't love thyself, then you don't love God. You a devil unto yourself. And what happens in the movies when they show you the bad guys? The bad guys always be the strongest ones, but they always lose because they never have the one thing that is unbeatable. And that's what? Love, man. You feel me? And look at this, listen, man, and wait a minute. Don't, this is how far we travel. This is how far we travel. 1525 straight, 1725 straight, 1925 straight, 2020, like it's 2025 is what? Man, 2025, 2025, the 2020 anythings. The 2020s period. Trash. The 2020s period. Trash. From the COVID to it's one thing after another. Listen, from 2020 all the way to like I don't know, bro. It's been crazy. It's been crazy, bro. And it don't look like it's gonna get it's gonna get uncrazy, bro. Oh, wait a minute. What else we got going on? Look, everybody pledging their allegiance. Look, Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather says he will always stand behind Israel. See, you don't know what kind of deals Floyd Mayweather got with Israel that's paying for his jets, paying for his, you know, living above the means lifestyle. Why do you think they do that live above the means lifestyle? I'm about to buy all these watches. I'm about to buy all these cars. Why? Because they can't really do what they want with it because they are literally signed up to make sure that they don't progress the community, that they keep the community back, that they keep the community wanting designer, keep the community wanting that which doesn't serve the community. So understand that they get actually that these people actually get paid to make sure that you don't improve yourself through the appearance of looking like that they're trying to help you improve yourself. But this is how you know who's really trying to help you improve yourself. You ready? The people who are telling you the truths that you don't want to hear. The people who are telling you the things that you don't want to hear. The people who are showing you the realities that you don't want to see. And the people who are willing to live this shit without you because they know that what they're doing for themselves is healthy. These are the people these are the people that really love you. These are the people that really care about you, but you think otherwise. You feel what I'm saying? So, man, listen, wait a minute. Hold on. Look, this is about to happen, bro. You see, the truth, that dam is about to break, bro. The dam is about to break, bro. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. The dam is about to break. We have to get on that level. And y'all got to train y'all bodies, bro. What it's going to be like? Bro, this is what it's going to be like, bro. The only thing that's going to be available to eat is like raw fruits and veggies. Y'all better get ready, man. The only thing that's gonna be available to eat is like raw fruits and veggies, water, juice, nuts, chakra doctor diet. That's the only thing that's gonna be like really available and ready. Like you're gonna be then y'all people ain't gonna know how to handle it. What I can't have my pork chops? What I can't have my beef? I can't have my chicken? I can't have my pork? I can't have my my junk food? I can't have my cooked food? I can't have my processed food? I can't have my seafood? I can't have my food? No. If you don't know how to survive off raw fruits and veggies, you will not survive the tribulation period. The tribulation period is gonna be about 90 days, but that's gonna be a long 90 days though. That's gonna be a long 90 days where a lot of people who don't even know what fasting means, have never been on a fast a day in their life, gonna have to immediately switch their diet to fruits and veggies because everything has been shut down except for Mother Nature. Two things undefeated: Mother Nature and the internet. The internet. The internet's still gonna be busting, so we still gonna be able to pop plays, make plays. Hey, where you at? Hey, where you at? Da da da. Pop plays, make plays, but it ain't gonna be like, oh, you know, niggas got the fucking big old money thing on anything and go 2026 and 2027 is gonna be like that. But remember, the calamity happens in 2028. The fall happens in 2028. So unless I change the timeline, um, hell no, man. My boy Dwayne, man, I send that curse back to the sender. Dwayne is alive and well. Uh, nah, man, he just let me and my that's my boy, that's my homie. Told you, Illuminati to your body, man. Illuminati to your body, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about the ill Illuminati. Nah, we not sick. Illuminati to your body. We are luminaries. We are illuminated though. We are we are we are gang on this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we are. You did, yeah. Luminated. Lucy, I'm home. You know, we might break a few kneecaps. We might cut off a few heads, chop off a few bodies and throw them in a river like Dexter, but it ain't nobody that was important. Dexter ain't never unalive nobody that was important. He was always unaliving people that was supposed to get the unaliving. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dog. So that's what's going on in Mexico. Now, watch how this Simpsons joint play out. Watch how the Simpsons joint play out because now that the brains behind it, now that the brains behind it is passed, let's talk about something. Let's talk about. Remember, I just showed y'all this about the truth, right? Let's talk about part of that truth. Now we get into the tinfoil hat stuff, real quick before I get off. Boom. What that is? Petrified giants, man. Really, 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 when we really gonna explore these in-depth talks that's gonna have us coming to these profound realizations. Remember the giants. Why you gotta remember the giants, bro? Because if we let the old if we let the old belief system just pass away and it was true, this new belief system is going to lead us into destruction. Because the new belief system lets males go use female bathrooms, and this new belief system is run by P3DO files and all of that good stuff. So this new system is really obsolete. This new system needs to be what one might call deleted, and a new reality is being birthed right in front of your face. So go Mexico Mars. Go Mexico Mars. Mexico Mars is having their 1776. Mexico Mars is becoming independent of narco or cartel influence and tyranny. So y'all watching the end of the cartel. So I mean, we had a discussion and an argument, not a discussion, but a debate on one of my TikToks. Y'all make sure y'all go follow me on TikTok. All of the links are in the description of this video, but on TikTok. And so I'm gonna show you how, and I'm starting not listen. I fuck with Google, but I don't fuck with Google. I fuck with Google, but I don't fuck with Google. Why? Because it be lying. So if you go on Google, all right, so first and foremost, on TikTok, we debating all human beings started off in the womb as female. All human beings started off in the womb as female. And I say this to show great grand holy mother's fingerprint and blueprint to show that she is the source motherboard of the game because all embryos in the womb started off as female and niggas started to argue me now. No, it don't. I went and Googled it. No, it don't. It don't say that. I say, okay, the AI don't say that. I know they try to scrub. They try to scrub the information that I've received in 2014. But in 2014, I received and in Men's Health magazine, a reputable magazine, and it said that three reasons why we all started off as female. Here's why. Boom. And who would have thunk that I would have need to bring up them receipts from so long ago? Because if you go on Google, if you go on AI right now and say all embryos or all fetuses started off in the womb as female, the AI gonna tell you, no, that's a lie, da 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 da, and the AI lying. So this is how you know AI lie, right? Boom. Because before AI got into the game to lie to us, right? Boop. Men's Health. Look at that date, y'all. 2014. 3 signs you started as a girl. 3 signs you started as a girl. Men's Health 2014. So I know, so I'm showing you how they lie to you. How they'll lie to you. They'll make you think that you're crazy. They'll make listen, I'm showing you this is how they hit you with the fake Mandela effect. They are trying to scrub all of the old truths that I came up with, that I was showing people back in those days, and trying to like scrub them off the internet for real. Because I be trying to show people this, and they be coming back with AI facts like AI said not so, you're lying. And I'm like, wait a minute, man. Is AI programmed against the new truth? Like, is AI programmed like real truth? Real truth. Like, I ain't talking about that conspiracy theory stuff that you can't prove. I'm talking about real truth. You feel me? The real truth that, hey, since biology been biology, we all have learned that every single embryo started off in the womb as female. For some reason, everybody forgot it. So they said 3 signs, and then look. All right. And I want y'all to just screenshot that. You can screenshot that and read that real quick. Hold on. All right. Now that you screenshot that, boom. That's basically saying that, hey, y'all, I know it's a bruise to your ego, but we all started off in the womb as female. And then they go to explain it, right? So screenshot this. Men's Health Magazine. Here go all of the proof. They about to say, here go all of the proof to show that you started off as a female. Boom. And remember stuff I was telling you? Number one, your nipples. Boom. A PhD from Yale. A PhD man from Yale uh, is giving these scientific facts. Okay. So a Yale PhD is telling me the same thing. I just want y'all to screenshot it real quick. Screenshot that part two, number two, right? Screenshot that. I'll give you about 5 seconds to screenshot that. And then I'll give you about 5 seconds to screenshot this next one. I'm gonna screenshot that. Boom, 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 boom. And bam. So now analyze. Why would AI in 2025 be on some, oh no, that's not true. All all embryos don't start off as female. That's a misnomer. Da 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 da. But oh no 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 no. We got them 2014 receipts. See, Chakra Doctor at the Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother got them 2015, 2014, 2013 receipts. 2015, 2014, them 2013 receipts. Yeah, 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 yeah. You feel me? For real, for real. So showing you how all human beings started off in the womb as female. So go rewind it, screenshot it. All human beings started off in the womb as female. And I just wanted to say that before I'm out, man. I'll talk to y'all later.